Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Entertainment Banter. This evening you have myself, Joel.
And I'm Matt.
And tonight marks a milestone.
It's a special night.
Yeah, it's a special
occasion.
event. It's a milestone in our lives. What is it,
And what
Matt?
is that, Joel? You want to say it together?
Let's say
Ready?
it together, Matt. It's episode.
It's our
100th episode.
Episode
We
of
can't
Entertainment
get
Banter.
anything together.
No, not at all. So,
Fix
we're
that in
celebrating
editing.
our 100th episode. It's hot as balls where I'm at right now.
I'm pretty
and,
cold.
I'm not wearing any pants. That's how I'm starting this pod. No pants. Pantsless pod. That's what I'm doing.
Great.
Yep. So, 100 episodes of Entertainment Banter. Starting with this one right here being 100. Can you believe it, Joel? We started this a couple years ago, and now we're at
Not
100.
even a couple years ago. Like what? 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
I don't know how long ago we started it. We weren't regular, and then we started going weekly.
We officially started uploading videos December 30th, 2017.
Well, that's not too long ago.
That's 3 years ago,
About
buddy.
3 years ago.
2.5
That's not too
years.
bad.
2.5. But then we
Yeah.
were recording before that. We did 30 episodes before we even posted them. Remember that?
I do remember.
Matt
that.
had a
I do
dream.
remember.
Well, so story how this all created. Matt and I, and supposedly one of our listeners says he was part of this, but I doubt it. We thought about doing a podcast. It actually started. Can we start about the roots of this all? Let's start with the roots. Can we go to the roots?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
So
Go to the roots.
this is the origin story of Entertainment Banter.
And a galaxy
By the way,
far, far away.
that's what we're talking about today. If you haven't caught on, we were going to talk about Matt
Yeah.
and I.
We're going to talk about
This is
ourselves
us.
and how
This is
amazing we are.
us because
Yeah.
we're entertainment and we're going to banter about us, right?
Just this one time,
Just
right?
this. No, we're going to do it every time. This is what the show is now.
It is. This is what we're just talking about us from here
This is
on out.
what
There's no
Joel's
entertainment
podcast
anymore.
is about. When Matt,
It
comes
really
and guests.
is, Joel. It really is. Yeah.
So
All right, keep going.
I got a burp. So,
Have we started drinking? I can't tell.
not yet.
All right.
So
Okay, keep going.
many moons ago, Matt and I were doing. We decided at work we were going to watch all of Dragon Ball Z at work and only at work, and we wanted to see how long it would take to get through 272 episodes of Dragon Ball Z. Oh, excuse me, God. Huh. And we wanted to see how long it would take us to get through it at work. We ended up getting through it all in a year.
That was pretty impressive, actually.
It was pretty impressive. And then we started watching. Whoa, I got a lot of gas.
GT.
Something weird just
Which was
happened.
awful.
Yeah, we started watching Dragon Ball GT, and it was at the end of Dragon Ball Z, and it was a disaster. Dragon Ball GT should not be watched. So by the middle of Dragon Ball GT, Matt and I decided to start recording the bullshit we were saying during the anime, watching it, because it was so ridiculous. We were commenting
It was
so
so
much.
bad.
It was funny.
It was so bad.
Maybe one day we'll release those because we recorded them actually, and they're actually like science theater with 3000. What is that? Mystery
Yeah, pretty
Science
much.
Theater.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, but watching that was painful. Painful.
But then listening to our banter, we're like, maybe we should just banter on anything. So then
Right.
Matt was like, we should do a podcast, but we can't just do willy-nilly any podcast. We got to have a structure. So you
Yeah, a
have
little
to
one.
have
Just
a
a little
structure. You can't just, because we had friends who are like, I have a podcast, but their pods range from 30 minutes to 2 hours long.
Oh, yeah, even
Who
longer.
who the hell wants to listen
And
to
the
a
subject
2 hour?
matter was like
Always
all over
different.
the place.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no structure. So Matt came up with the plan of maybe our podcast should be 25 minutes.
Right,
And I
around
said,
there. That's what we
sure,
shoot
let's
for.
do that. And then in the beginning, he had a straight up structure, like we should have an outline as we talk. But that went out the window pretty quick.
It sure did, didn't it?
It did. But then we started bringing guests in and all that. But I remember then he was like, well, we can't just post it weekly. We need to have at least a stock of episodes. So we waited.
Because because of the nature of our business, you know, like if we're on tour, we had to go somewhere, do anything entertainment related. Obviously, it's the field we chose. You know, sometimes you can't do it weekly if our schedules don't align. You know what I'm saying? And so that was my concern early on. But somehow we've been able to make it work. So.
Well, we ended up having 30 in stock before we started uploading in 2017. then we would always keep a stock. So we'd only do podcasts like a few days here. There'd be a weeks where we wouldn't do any podcast. Remember that?
Right, because we would do like 5 in one night or something like that. Yeah. And it would be relevant then, but it wouldn't be relevant after a month and a half when we started posting them. But what's interesting
major comments about that.
But what's also interesting too is we've changed and adapted how we've been able to record too, because like I said, if we were on the road, if we're on tour, a lot of times we were actually doing our pods through phone conversations where we're literally recording through mics of phones because that's the only way we could do it. You know, if you're out in the middle of the jungle or something, I don't know. But you just gotta record it the best way that you can. But it's funny how we've evolved over the course of 100 episodes for sure. I think what I find most endearing about our podcast is the fact that even though we talk subjects that we're passionate about, and a lot of it's lately, I mean, almost all of it has been Disney, Marvel, Star Wars related. Almost every pod.
And it's been like movies too. We've been strictly movies. We tried.
Mostly movies. We tried to do other things, music. We should probably tap music more, stuff like that. But it's just kind of funny how we've evolved and adapted to our personalities kicking in, and it's more like I always said to my wife is if it feels like you're involved in the conversation, you and I are talking, but if you're listening and you're involved, or you want to, it makes you say something like, oh yeah, that's stupid, or oh yeah, totally, or listen to these knuckleheads, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. It doesn't matter. Like if we engage you in some way or another by our banter, like I always said, if you're just sitting at an airport terminal and you're hearing two guys talk, you're not involved in the conversation, but you're hearing them talk. That's what our pod would sound like, and that's what I kind of want it to be.
I hope you hear some two nerds talking about something they shouldn't be talking about, and you're probably like, "The fuck are they talking about?" They probably don't know anything they're talking about.
Well, we don't know anything. No, the best part about it too, what I like about our pod is it's so under the radar. But I kid you not, I feel like
you swear.
I feel like people are listening in upstairs like big dogs, because we do have insider information all the time because of what we do from a variety of sources. It's not just one source. And I think it's kind of funny that everything that we talk about, I told Joel this last week. I go, some of the stuff that we potted about suddenly became headline news for every other podcast or every other YouTube channel. And I think it's kind of funny because like we don't pride ourselves on being the first to break the news. What we care about in our pods is talking about how it affects the average entertainment connoisseur. Does that make sense? Like if you like movies, or if you like, I don't know, theme parks or something. I don't know, like whatever it is, like how it affects the average Joe, so to speak. Like that's what we talk about, because it's kind of ironic how we bash the very industry that we work with and for, but at the same time, it's like, how can you not? Because at some point, when you start in a when you're a kid, right? You look up to these individuals and you say, someday I want to make movies, or someday I want to be a rock star, or someday, whatever, I want to be on Broadway. Like you have this dream, this vision, and then the people that pursue that and start working in the industry start to learn the ins and outs. They start to learn how things work, and the certain type of people that you can work with, and the caliber of people, and the what's expected and what's not expected, all that stuff. The more experience you gain, the more your dreams are kind of crushed. But at the same time, it's not a bad crush. It just means that you have a lot of growing up to do. It's not what you thought it was. But now that you know what it is, you can work around it and adapt. And I think for some individuals, some people will just become sellouts and just, they get their piece of the pie and they just keep effing over the people that, like they become part of the problem. And then there's some individuals that like get their piece of the pie and remember where they came from, their grassroots, and don't like how certain things happen to them, and they try to make sure it doesn't happen to others. And I feel like we're kind of in that category where we have enough experience, we call out the bullshit when we see the bullshit. Does that make sense?
You feel like we're not going to forget our roots when we get popular from this 100th episode?
100 episodes. Well, listen, that brings me to my next point. At this moment in time, I would like to say thank you to the following people. Platypus Rex, I think is how you pronounce that. It's like a a platypus and a dinosaur had sex and
not just the dinosaur, Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I'd like to say thank you for that, listener. I'd like to say thank you to V1 Podcast. Right now, if that individual's flying a plane, I'd like to say thank you.
Is that who's V1 is? Is that who he is?
That's V1. Nick Wilson. And there's another one. We got a lot of Nicks. That's the running joke about Entertainment Banter. We got a lot of Nick listeners. And then we got a few others, like my mom. I'd like to thank Mom. I don't think she listens, but she likes it every time it posts, so I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thanks,
no,
Mom.
I have a
She probably won't even hear this pod. So,
my mom does it too. She likes it too. I want to... Can I point out,
my
too?
Mom, we got 2 likes. Yeah.
Also, I would like to point out that we are consistently releasing episodes once a week. We have not missed a week update. We missed maybe 1 or 2. We had a small hiatus for a holiday vacation.
We did,
But we have not missed really a weekly update. We always have a new episode each week.
Right, right. And we talk about things that are very relevant at the time.
Yeah,
I think what's interesting is we're not... There's some people on YouTube, good for them. They do pods or posts like every day, sometimes twice a day.
It's impressive.
It's impressive, but there's only so much you can say over and over again. But their things are like 5 minutes long, though. We talk for a good 26 minutes. So if you divided our pod up, into 5s, we would have 5 minutes, one a day, 5 days a week easily.
And you have a couple
problem.
Rugrats that you have to deal with.
We do. I also wanted to give a shout out to a couple of people like, like the Janice, the Sarahs, the Dougs. Who else of the world?
The Courtneys.
With
the
guests.
People that we had guests. We
have guests. Yeah. The shout out to the guests.
Right.
Shout out to the people. Shout out to our sources. Our people that give us information. Reliable, dependable information. More than
is
you,
this your Academy Award? Is this your Academy Award speech?
I'm giving my speech, my acceptance speech right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep in mind, I'm still not wearing any pants.
You're going to keep reminding us, huh?
all night in this pod. Yeah, so okay, let's move on. So I'm looking at Entertainment Banter. We originally posted on Podbean. That's the place we decided to have.
Shout out to Podbean.
Podbean. And what I love about Podbean is because you have to pay to get on for a brief amount of time. And I love how when we go to entertainment, we can't find ourselves anywhere.
Nope.
And I love the fact that when you type it in, only 10 pods show up. But if you actually click on the Entertainment Banter banner, then all of a sudden all our pods are there. But for my mom downloading all of our shows, it's about 2,359 downloads as of today. That's pretty impressive for my mom doing all that for us. She must have found other computers to help download. But it's funny because, again, I was mentioning how I think people listen to us, Bigwigs Outside, because it's just ironic how everything, literally everything we talk about before it posts online is brought up. There's a few exceptions where we will go and address something that happened after the fact, but that's just entertainment news. That's not something we discover. But whenever we talk about things that we're interested in or things that we discover, predictions, I have to say, for the most part, 90% of the time, we were spot on.
I don't look too far into that. You were into that more than I am, so it's funny.
Well, I just find it. What I find interesting is it's one of those, like I said, because I don't take pride in the fact that we post things before everybody else. I don't care about that aspect.
Right.
But but it's just been very coincidental that more and more videos and pods that pop up literally the week after we post of the same subject matter that we talked about. And it's not subject matter that was already introduced into the news. It's something that we talked about and then it came out. And I just thought that was interesting. That's all. After we really gave a grilling about the Igers, it's funny because then after that they had their meeting in early July. And I just find that interesting. I just, maybe they just did that anyways, but you know how it is. Disney has their individuals listening in for any kind of communications about their company, and they've got their little army of internet trolls trying to research what's being said about the company. And I wouldn't be surprised because you can find us on a lot of streaming services now, like YouTube, what is it, iHeartRadio, so many other, Spotify. You can find us on almost anything and everything now that's posts podcasts, Apple Pods, everything. So, is there anything that stands out to you, Joel, when we do our pods?
Well, I'm just looking up right now. Oh God, COVID. I was just looking up on Podbean our statistics and seeing the graph of when we started doing this, and it lists I did all time top 10 most downloaded episodes, and I would like to ask. I think I want to take this time right now to ask you what you think our most downloaded episodes are. What do you think?
I'm gonna say The Last Jedi because that was one of the most controversial things that happened in the last few years.
That is fourth on the list at 52 downloads. We released that episode on September 7th, 2018. So it takes 2.2% of all our downloads. Only 2.2%. At 52. So there's 3 more above that. So out of that, can you name another one?
I would say a Christmas one, a Christmas special.
Let's see if that's on here. The holiday special is on the list at number 10. That's episode 47. And that was released December 22nd, 2018 with 43 downloads. It actually ties another one.
What? I don't know. You just give me the list. Just tell me from top 10. So go start from the bottom 10.
So, of course, episode 47, Holiday Special, was number 10.
Okay.
Episode 18, Batman Banter, released on June 3rd, 2018, had 43 downloads as well.
Interesting.
And then episode 17, YouTube Banter.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah, had 44 downloads. Then it went to episode 30, Big Mouth Banter at 45 downloads. You know the funny thing about the Big Mouth one, guys? Matt and I watched all 13 episodes of Big Mouth, the first season, that day.
One day.
And then we did the pod. And then we did the pod on it.
Right.
So I'm actually kind of curious. I should listen to that because I can barely remember the series.
As you mentioned these pods, I think these were the ones where we were the most fired up about. So maybe we just need to get more pissy because apparently people like us when we do all this pissy stuff. That's all I was gonna say.
So we were on episode 30, Big Mouth Banter. So then it goes to number 5 on the list, episode 5. Ironic, right?
Ha! That is kind of funny.
Yeah, number 5. It's episode 5, Michael Bay Banter.
Which again, I know Hollywood's listening on that one because
45 downloads.
Can I just tell you right now, the Michael Bay one, we were talking about Teen Titans Go. There's legit almost word for word references that are mentioned in our pod in Teen Titans Go to the movies.
Shut the hell up. No, it's not. There's no way.
Yes.
No way.
Yes, because there's only but they had to, or maybe it wasn't movies, it was Teen Titans versus Teen Titans or something. But basically, there, Michael Bay, I'm telling you, there's 2 very specific things. One was Michael Bay ruined my childhood, something like that. You ruined my childhood is one of the things they said. And then the other one was,
but we're not the only ones that think that way.
Maybe, but I don't know. Or the creators listened to our pod and agreed with us. But then the other one was, they literally said, let's get Shia LaBeouf. They're going to beat up Shia LaBeouf because he's one of the actors in their movie. And he's like, I'm Shia LaBeouf. Get him. And then they say, it's Shia LaBeouf, which is what we say all the time when we make fun of him. I'm just saying, it's just interesting. That's why I'm saying, we're probably purposely being squished on the radar because, everything that we talk about is too controversial and too close to home. So, it's almost like entertainment people really do listen to us, but they can't acknowledge it. So, they got to suppress us.
God.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Because, because I haven't heard any other pods that, they may have knocked Shia LaBeouf but these are very specific phrases that we've been saying. You know what I mean? It goes back to that whole, maybe, I'm not saying we have the patent on Shia LaBeouf, but I'm just saying,
and we don't have the patent on saying Michael Bay ruined our childhood because Michael Bay ruined a lot of childhood. No, I know,
but we said it 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? We were the first probably to post that crap. You know what I mean?
Shia LaBeouf.
I just think it's interesting. So, anyways, that was number 5. So keep going.
So number 6 on the list is episode, or number 4 in a sense. Number 4 is episode 16. Hollywood Ignores Banter with 48 downloads.
I want to listen to that one. I don't remember that at all.
I don't either.
We were at episode 16. We were talking about that crap.
Yeah.
See, that's 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's 3 years ago. See, we were ahead of our time.
2 years ago, Hollywood episode 16 was. Oh, that was 3 years ago, but we uploaded it in 2018.
Right. All right. Interesting.
And
all right. What's next?
Next one is episode 32.
This
Star
is number 3?
Wars. Yeah. Number 4. I guess I'm counting wrong. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Michael Bay was number 6. Sorry. Last one was 5. Episode 32, number 4 on the list. Star Wars: The Last Jedi banter.
Yeah.
52 downloads.
Wow.
Then number 3 on the list is episode 19, Batman vs Superman banter.
Oh yeah, that one we got heated on that one too.
57 downloads.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad this one made the list. It's episode 1. Do you remember what our episode 1 was?
I'm gonna say Dragon Ball Z because that's what we were doing before we started.
Yes, that's what it was. It was Dragon Ball Z at 58 downloads. But I think it got most of those downloads because people were like, "Oh, Joel and Matt are doing a pod. Let's listen to it." Oh, fuck this, and they hung up.
And then after that, they're like, "We'll never listen to another pod again." Yeah,
right.
Gotcha.
And then number 1 on the list, it's episode 2.
I don't know it. What is it?
Joker banter.
That was a good one.
At
all the different Jokers.
Downloads.
And that's before they did the one with
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. That was way before his time.
No, but it had Leto in it. Let it, whatever his name is. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Yes, it did.
Nobody
briefly,
liked him.
Yep.
But we also talked about the Gotham.
Did.
We talked about the Gotham Joker in that one.
That's right. We did. We did. Very good. So, all right. So another thing too that it's kind of lame and fun, but we mentioned it before, is I always like cutting our faces up and putting them together, and how creepy we somehow make this similar looking person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you better look out, and there may be a new one around the corner.
Yeah. We tend to replace the picture every 50 episodes, so.
Well, we're starting that, but yeah. Every 50
that's
episodes.
pretty much what it is, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
you're going to get 50 episodes a year, guys.
Banter. We're going to start selling T-shirts with our slogans, right? Like, I'm done. I'm going to have a shirt that says that, I'm done.
That's my slogan, you piece of shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it is your podcast. I just do most of the talking to save your butt, but that's okay.
I just want you to do most of the talking. I let you do most of the talking.
You are so nice. Thank you for letting me
welcome.
Do that.
I feel like you want to talk, so I'm just going to let you...
All right, well... is there anything else you want to talk about? This is our 100th episode. Anything else? Any surprises? Any letdowns?
Should we tell any stories? Like, have we ever had? Like, let's ask some questions to ourselves. Like, if you were a listener, what kind of questions would you ask? Like, not about what our topics are, but like maybe a question could be, where do we get our topics from? Because we do have some interesting topics. Like, there are some things in here. If you read through our list. Like, we had one about video game systems. We just bantered about video game systems for 30 minutes.
The older ones.
Yeah. And then we also bantered on YouTube. That was what made the list. We had a book banter. We tried books, guys. We did try books.
We did.
We even had just, we have a bunch of things on here.
Musical theater, obviously.
Movie score banter. I don't remember that one.
Film, commercials.
So... yeah, so we would come up with really gnarly ideas and things. So that would be one of the questions someone would ask. Or maybe like, have we ever stopped a pod, Matt? Have we ever stopped a pod? In the middle of a pod, had to redo the pod. Have we ever had to do that?
I'm sure we've done that a few times.
I think so, too.
Sure
we've had to. But most of the times, guys, actually, this is raw. Nothing's really edited, and we just go straight. Matt does a couple cuts just because he wants to make sure it's lined up. And then they get posted right away. We don't do edits. We don't add things. We don't do any of that. So it's pretty straightforward a conversation.
Pretty honest. Yeah.
Pretty honest.
You're right.
So yeah, I like to say we're pretty honest and we're a pretty hip entertainment group.
Yep. I mean, and like I feel like we sort of bridge the gap between generations of entertainment for what we have currently. You have obviously people that have been in the business for way beyond our years, but you represent, I would say, my generation and younger, and I represent my generation and older.
I like how you included me in your generation. Thank you.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Wow,
We're like,
okay.
if we were standing back to back, you'd be facing downwards, while I'll be facing
right,
like
you're,
the senior
well,
class.
yeah.
I mean?
We bridge the gap.
We bridge the gap, but it's just good though because like I enjoy talking. You're one of my best friends, obviously. Maybe my best friend. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it for sure while on the air.
Okay.
But I will say this: I like the fact that you and I don't see eye to eye on a lot of subjects at times, but I appreciate that we're able to come together in terms of looking at things objectively. And to me, that's what makes this pod great. I don't think we do bicker and poke fun of each other all the time, but at the end of the day, like what we bring to the pod is the fact that our different point of views, our different perspectives, coming from our different experiences as well. So I just think that's kind of cool. So I hope there's other people out there that can relate to at least one of us at certain times of the pod, whether it's, political, spiritual, emotional, mental, intellectual, take your pick.
Final thought?
100 episodes. If we could get a couple people to follow us besides my mom, I'm pretty sure Podbean, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to squash us a little bit because we're also competing with a whole bunch of Hollywood A-listers, and so that always makes it a challenge. But
right.
I do feel like I like being under the radar because I feel like it creates that underground situation.
That's what we are. We underground girls.
It's a real situation. Like I think you made the joke once, like we would rather interview the PA that's delivering coffee because we know that individual is going to tell it like it is, as opposed to like Seth or Joe Rogan or whatever his name is and interviewing these individuals directly. Does that make sense? We're going to get the real scoop.
So guys, don't worry about it. Like if you guys if you guys like Johnny Depp, dude, don't worry, man. We're going to get you the guy that probably got him coffee on a random set day. And we're going to interview that guy, all right?
And if they happen to be peeing off a pirate ship and we know about it, then, we know about it.
Hell yeah.
Someone falls off a stage.
You know Orlando Bloom? Well, we're going to get the girl who was a rigger on a premiere that she was next to him for at least a brief second. We're going to talk to her.
We're going to talk to her. She's going to tell us real. And if you know Miley Cyrus, and we're going to talk about how she's afraid of water but still does concerts on it. We're going to talk about all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, man.
Boom.
We're going to do it all.
We're going to do it all. So my final thought is I've had fun doing this. And I'll be honest with you, like I never thought. Because we did this as a fun joke. This wasn't something that we took seriously. We still don't take seriously.
No. Never thought we'd make it to 100 episods.
Never thought we'd make it to 100 episodes. It's just like have a nice life, Joel. I'm never gonna see you again.
Nope.
But no, we've been doing it every week, and it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. I hope the people that know us enjoy it. I hope our listeners who get to know us through listening enjoy it. Yeah, that's it. And if they don't, then
And if this is your first podcast,
you don't have to listen,
right? You don't have to listen to shit. If you don't like us, don't listen.
You don't have to listen to it.
But if you're liking what you're hearing in this 100th episode, did you know there's 99 episodes before this one? Check them out. Yeah.
And just know that as you go backwards, the audio will progressively get worse and worse.
And then get better for a second.
And get better for a second, then get worse again. Get worse again. Oh my gosh! All right, so is that it? Is that your final thought?
I love it.
Nothing else.
I love it. I'm enjoying this, and I'm hoping to do 100 more with you.
Yeah. Me too, man. At least 100 more. All right, so with that, I want to say thank you for listening to Entertainment Banter, all 100 episodes. My name is Matt,
and I want to say thank you as well. My name is Joel, and I'm done.